Welcome to the John McAllister Report, where John McAllister, top football evaluator, interviews college and high school coaches and athletes from around the country. Sit back and enjoy today's podcast.
I'm John McAllister, and welcome to Around the State. Today, my guest is a running back from Solon High School, 5'10", 205 pounds, and he really needs the exposure. He's got a late start in recruiting, but he needs the camps. And I'm excited to talk to him today about football, high school football, and the running back position. E.J. Taylor is also an excellent baseball player. Bats cleanup for the Solon baseball team and plays center field. Excellent athlete. Forward to talking to him, getting to know him, learning about the running back position, and also a little bit about baseball. So sit back and enjoy my podcast with Solon 2023 class running back, E.J. Taylor. Welcome to the show tonight. My guest is a running back from Solon High School, 5'10", 205 pound, E.J. Taylor. His name's Edward Taylor, but I think he goes by E.J. So welcome to my podcast, E.J. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Mr. McAllister?
I'm good. Everybody asks me that. I'm 73 and still above ground, so I feel pretty good.
That's
Let's
good.
talk football. Why football? You're an excellent baseball player, and you're an excellent football player. Why football?
Football for me is a lot of fun, and I love being around my friends. I love the brotherhood, and I love being under the Friday night lights. And I've been encouraged to play football by my dad. I mean, he would play football in college, and I just love the game. I like playing, and I love the excitement of it.
Your dad wasn't a running back, though, was he?
He was a running back.
Was he? Where did he play
Yeah.
high school or college ball?
He played at Allegheny.
Okay, good. That's a good football program.
Yeah.
I think I may know some of the coaches that he knows, even that years ago. Sounds good. Tell me about running back. Why running back? What makes it special to you, running back?
Like I said earlier, what makes it special is that my dad played it, and he was a major influence on how I play football, how football is taught to me. He was my first coach, and I stuck with running back.
Good. What are your strengths? What are your strengths as a running back? What do you think your strong points are?
I like to think my strong points are as a running back is, I've developed more of a patience as I played high school, and I've become more decisive with my decision making when hitting holes, making cuts. And I think being a smart runner was one of my strengths so far this year.
That comes with vision too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Sometimes guys run so fast they don't plant and go, they don't shuffle, they don't juke a little bit. But the nice thing about you is strengths I see is you've got early burst, and then you get through the line of scrimmage and usually run between the tackles. And that's not a bad thing. That's the way your offense is set up. But then once you get through the tackles, you have the vision to make guys miss. And you don't lose much speed on that. And I think you've got really nice ending speed. You don't have a great burst yet, but you've got a good burst at the end. Here's another thing I noticed you did, and I think that's tells me how good a running back you were coached by your dad then, is that you changed the ball to your outside arm when you run. If you know what I'm saying, you're carrying it. Now, that sounds silly to you, but this is what I do. I mean, I look for all that stuff, and you switch it over. Not everybody does that. Natural running backs do, but not. and that's what you are. Sounds good. What do you think you have to work on, EJ, as a running back?
Definitely something I have to work on, and I've been working on is my footwork. My footwork I feel like can really improve. I mean, it was okay last year, but I wasn't satisfied with it because there was many times I found myself getting caught at tackles because I didn't have the footwork to get by them or to make them miss. So that's something I need to improve on.
Yeah, you got better at that. And you need to learn. The other thing is too is to you deliver the contact rather than somebody delivering it on you. Run, with explosion and stuff sometimes. But I really like, and then you catch the ball pretty well out of the backfield. The other thing with catching the ball is you have really good speed after the catch. You can catch it on the go and run. Okay, let's get away from football. Let's talk about baseball. What position do you hit in the order?
Right now for high school, I'm hitting number 4.
Cleanup guy.
Yeah.
Long ball guy. Okay, that's good. What's your batting average?
During season, I do not look at stats because it gets in my head. But after season, I look at them and then I improve on it.
That's good. That's good. What's the curveball hard to hit?
No, I've gotten used to it. I love curveballs now.
Well, I couldn't hit a fastball, so I just sit and hope when they threw curveballs at me because they go slower. Anyway, being silly here. Let's talk about away from football, away from baseball now. What has there been anybody in your life I can kind of guess that's kind of pushed you a little bit, encouraged you a little bit, kicked you in the pants a little bit to do better? Is anybody like that so far?
Yeah, I got 2 people. My dad, obviously for sports and academics, but I also have my mom who encourages me to do better academically every day, and academics come first. She preaches that every single day, and I really respect her for that. And without her, I mean, I wouldn't have the grades I have, and I wouldn't have, what I've gotten to in school without
Yeah,
that.
but Solon's such an easy school to get through, man. I'm joking again with you. That sounds really good. What's your favorite subject in school?
I would like to say government or any type of history. I like that stuff.
Okay, that's really good. It's good. Now that's getting more and more important about history. We gotta, the way that we're going, we need to know. I think history is not a big thing for young people anymore, but like the museums and those kinds of things too. But it'll get back there, I think. Okay, let's talk about. We talked about school. What's one thing that really annoys you, really bothers you? Okay. What's one thing that really bothers you with people? Anything?
Um,
This annoys you. You don't get fighting mad, but it annoys you.
when people don't think about their actions and how it will kind of affect others in the long run. That's something that annoys me. And I try to do my best to kind of show that and try to lead by that and live by that. But that does get under my skin sometimes.
That's good. That's a good thing to get under your skin, by the way. That's good. And it's hard to tolerate it. I know that. Okay. Silly question coming up. Okay. If you could trade places with anybody for one day, 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, anybody, who would it be and why?
Probably my dad or mom, just to live what they go through with me and my brother on a daily basis, see what they do at business, see what they do at work. I would love to see that.
You don't want that, man. You'd be a nervous wreck. That's super for them. Give me a sports figure.
Sports figure.
Yeah, that's a great honor for your parents, but give me a sports figure now.
I would say Saquon Barkley.
Okay. He's got to get healthy, doesn't he? A little bit.
Yeah.
What makes him special?
I mean, it wasn't much of a bandwagon. I'm still running with him now, but ever since I saw his college tapes, I watched his college tapes along with other running backs, but his mainly, and I just love the way he plays. I mean, everybody's attracted to his huge legs. I mean, I wish I had those legs when I was running, but man's speed, his elusiveness, the way he can make plays happen, I just loved everything about it.
Well, that sounds really good. Has there been a top sports moment for you so far? in football? Has there been a time, that you're going to talk to your buddies about 10 years from now? So far in your career, you're going into your senior year. Has there been a time when, something like that where you did something really, really good that you will never forget?
Yeah, I can name a time. It was probably when I was in sixth grade playing football, and I was on the O line because I was overweight that year. And I got to block for my buddies, and I got to play defensive line, and that gave me a whole new perspective of playing with my buddies that play the line and play defense. And I love blocking for them, and I love doing the little things that help the team succeed. I love that, and I'll always remember that.
You've got a couple blocks on your highlight video, blocking
Yeah,
the field and stuff like that. But you don't you want to be a solid blocker, but you want to be a ball carrier.
yeah.
Okay. Ball carrier. Okay, here's another silly question. What's a talent that you don't have, but you'd like to have, but you'll never get? What's some talent that you
Can I say
don't have?
height? Like me being taller, I wish I was taller.
No, it can't be that.
It
You
can't
got
be
to
that
be a talent.
talent. I wish I could speak different languages.
Really.
Yeah,
You may be able to do that someday. I know
yeah.
that's good.
Hopefully.
That's hard. What language would you want to speak?
I took Chinese when I was in school, and
Uh-huh.
I wasn't really good. But if I could go all the way back and do it again, I would definitely want to take Mandarin again.
That's good. And that's good, sir. What advice would you give to your a good friend? He's a freshman running back. What would you tell him in August? Man, it's a dragon. It's hard. What would you tell him?
I would tell him away
What
from
is
sports. I would tell him to pay attention to school because, at least for me, the transition into high school was a rough one from middle school to high school. And you got to stay on top of your grades because I've seen too many players and some of my friends, struggle with that. So I say stay on top of school, and then you'll enjoy football after.
the problem? I agree with you. And sometimes I actually think it's the coach's responsibility that he doesn't. You got to take guys that well, all kids, but especially guys that have the extra talent, and don't let them fluff. Don't let them mess around in school because you get back behind the eight ball early, and it's so hard to catch up. With grades and stuff like that. Once you starts messing around, screwing around. But I agree with you. I think that's something that you, as going to be a senior, can encourage those guys to do that stuff. That's really good. Okay. Uh, what do you? I think we talked about it, improvement and things like that, and strengths. What's the best thing about playing football? What's the best thing?
Uh, I like to say the best thing is it's a chance for me to bring around all my best friends, and it's always we're working together to achieve one goal, and that's a win at the end of the week, and then it restarts the next week. I like the process of practicing, goofing off, being with my friends, then getting serious, and then coming back with a W every single Friday.
Yeah, you got to get your tradition back there a little bit now, right?
Hmm.
Get that going again, and I'm sure you'll be fine. We talked about being with your friends and things. Okay, let's talk about energy. Energy is it's so huge. Okay, it's so huge. What kind of energy are you going to bring to the team this fall, this summer? What energy? What kind of energy do you bring to the team?
Well, when I'm playing and when I'm more of a silent type of leader. I lead by my actions. So my energy is not very vocal. Usually when I make a big play or I see someone else make a big play, I feed off of that energy more than vocal energy. And I like to think of myself as a silent, but I give the team energy by the plays we make and the plays I make.
Okay, can you get energy encouragement of any sorts?
Oh yeah, there's definitely encouragement in there, especially in practice where when we're in like individual sessions for our position groups, and we talk each other up, we help each other, and we tell each other here, let's get the next one every single time.
Super. It's really good. Okay, we talked about a sports moment. We talked about things like that. Uh, what are words that you live by, EJ? What are, like, I have posters in my office here. When I taught school and coached football, I had posters. What are words that you live by? What's something that you live by? Like one of mine says, "Believe there is good in the world and be the good." What are driven? I'm driven at 73 years old to be the best. What kind of words do you live by?
There's a Martin Luther King quote that comes in mind, that I've heard all the time, and I live by that. Is like, if you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. And if you cannot crawl, but by all means, keep moving forward.
That's good. And he did, by the way. And Martin Luther King believed that, by the way. I mean, I'm not being funny or sarcastic. No, that was one of the words he lived by. But just keep moving somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super. Okay. We talked about school, and I really enjoyed this interview. And I think we talked about a top sports moment. Anything with recruiting is so far. Anything that you're having guys come to the school. Coaches now are stopping by Solon, aren't they? Are you getting a chance to say hi to them?
Yeah, I always, every time when my coach pulls me down and I get the chance to say hi to them, I shake their hand. We talk. Sometimes we sit down for maybe 15 minutes. Sometimes they just want to kind of size you up. And yeah, it's kind of fun. I really enjoy the recruiting process sometimes. I got no offers or anything, but I'm enjoying the time I have, and I know that my time will come and it will be the right time for the right school.
EJ, offers are so bogus now. So bogus. I mean, none of them. I'd be interested to see what would happen when the coach says, "You've got an offer," and you say, "I'll take it right now." See what happens. Well, no, we got to go back and talk to the staff. And I mean, that's just the way that whole thing works. And I think if you come out and bust it and work hard, you're going to be in good shape. You do have to go to spring camp, so I think this summer for sure. Okay, my last question to you. Nah, maybe not. I got a couple more. Why would I recruit you? What qualities? Why would I drive to Solon? And man, I've been up there when it's been cold. Playoff season. Oh, it's so cold up in Solon at the stadium. Why would I recruit you? Why would I drive 2.5 hours to go see you and recruit you? Let's talk about qualities, not physical.
I say you should recruit me because I'm determined. I mean, I have my experiences of my ups and downs in my athletic career, and I'm determined. I will always improve myself, and I like to say I'm a down to earth guy. I mean, I like being down to earth. I like understanding, and that's what kind of I live by, and that's what I always do. And I'm adaptable.
What's adaptable?
Kind of like given any situation, I'll be able to overcome the challenges, and I'll be able to adjust.
Sounds good. I really appreciate you taking the time tonight. It's good to talk to you. I'm excited. I watched your film. Well, I've seen it twice. I just watched it about an hour ago. And I think you do a lot of good things with a running back. And it's just get out there. And I think camps are going to be really important to you. Okay. Because you just haven't played that much. I mean, you have, but you haven't. You're coming on now. And I think camps are so important to you. And get to the camps that have decision makers. There are 2 mega camps coming up, Youngstown, YSU, and Kent State. And you're pretty close to both of those. And you ought to check them out. They're in June. I mean, they have 20 colleges there. And so it's a big thing right now. Okay?
Yep.
Enjoy talking to you, and look forward to seeing you this summer, okay?
Yep. Thank you, Mr. McAllister. I really enjoyed your time. Really appreciate it.